Well, it's about fast forward to this week now, and yes, I actually haven't been producing quite a lot of videos this week now, because obviously I went into a long hiatus for one very good reason. But before we can come into that, look what we have. We had some exceptional snowfall this week though, and I gotta tell you what, seeing this huge amount of snowfall this week has been highly unusual. It almost feels like I'm living in Scandinavia, or somewhere like, Canada, Russia, maybe even Japan, because, Japan's got like the biggest snowfall in the whole wide world. I'm just going to open the windows now. I'm not going to get too close because there'll be water droplets coming from the snow, and all of a sudden that snow touching to the ground will suddenly turn into water. So it's all about, well, let's just say the three states that matter though, or the three different things that we all know about different states though, like, solid, liquid and gas. But oh, flipping heck, look at the amount of snow here. Oh goodness, that's quite a lot of snow here, but that's nothing what I've actually seen from, like, I'll probably say like the earlier part of this week. But man, that is a lot of snow for you. I would rarely ever cover snow in this video because not really that much of a winter person. Wow, would you look at that? That is a lot of snowfall. In fact, I'm actually going to close the window now because I don't want my camera to get... Oh, sorry about the blinds though, but I just don't want it to get highly deteriorated by the snow turning into water. That's more like sleet if you call it in this country. But the main reason why I haven't been making videos recently this week... Oh, sorry about the blindness. It's gone a bit sloppy though. It feels like I haven't been doing that many videos recently though, because there's one very good reason here, and I'm ready to do a jump cut. Well, okay, I'm back to where I'm actually going to find the ultimate reason why I'm actually haven't been making videos throughout the rest of this week. Well, obviously we've got a toy train here, which is like a Tokyo Metro train from the Ginza line. I think that's the 1000 series train, I think it is. And yeah, it looks quite nice. And also right next to me is this train layout. Oh yes, there's a Star Wars map here. Oh goodness me, they're running on the top of Yoda. Yeah, I just did a Yoda impression though. And we've got Luke. He's just running. Well, it looks like to be a piece of Tony track today. In fact, a lot of Tony track assembled into a very weird chicanery with a couple of points. That's very weird. It's like in the shape of a rain droplet or a teardrop or something like that. But on this tree is a stack of flip-flap toys I actually haven't reviewed for quite a long time. And obviously I was doing a lot of hard work here, and maybe after doing this review I might be ready to do some more. But obviously what you can see on this tree is quite a lot of flip-flap toys. Many of these toys are obviously unseasonably tropical themed flip-flap toys. Normally I would make these toys in the summer, but for some strange reason I must have been making them heavily during the winter, and that's something I would normally not do. But yes, it's quite funny making tropical animals during the winter. It's so unusual. And obviously if I go ahead and show you what snow really is, in fact I might do another jump cut. Whoa, jump cut! Back again. This feels like a very weird experience out of Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. That's like one of the newest Wii games I've ever heard of. Even though the Wii game is no longer with us today, and replaced by the freaking Nintendo Switch. Anyways, all you can see there is just quite a lot of snow, but I don't think we've got that much just to cover the entire grass, nor the entire area, like, the roofs, the footpaths, and even other areas, like, our neighbour's area, which is pretty much interesting. And I got a funny feeling that whenever we guys live in this country, we love to complain of how much snow we just received there. And also, we Brits just love to complain on how we often predict the weather, obviously thinking either it's too hot, or too cold, or too dry, or too wet. I don't know, it's pretty much on how we Brits tend to live with the weather. That's so different these days, I have to say. And in fact, it's actually turning quite cold. In fact, it's 1 degree Celsius today. Now, as I was saying in this video though, And this is actually one of the hardest parts to go ahead and create a video like so, though, because obviously I couldn't even speak that well. But look at this. Look at that. It takes nothing to get with, but look at the amount of snow. I know it's not as heavy as early on in this week, but the snow is only covered only just a sparser areas amount on the grass sections on where I am at the moment, though. In fact, this section here has got more snow than that section there, which is the one I am. And obviously I've got a funny feeling that with snow, wow, doesn't do anything for me there. I don't know, the fact that you can just go outside and just do a snowball fight and just, you know, use it as a piece of scenery, or use it as a piece of terrain just to use it for snow sports like, you know, sledging or skiing, or I don't know. Oh, actually I know, obviously, though, you can also build snowmen there as well, though. A lot of snowman stuff as well, though. Anyways, I just, you know, oh my god, I'm actually freezing there. I'm actually going to close the window now because it's freaking 1 degree Celsius outside. My goodness. This is like Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, as I'm about to review some toys right now. Okay, I've got the camera on my lap there, and I've also got headphones with me there today, though, because I just want to use it just to calm myself down. Okay, here we are. Here's our first look at product here without shutting myself up, though. This one is a flip-up origami. Ooh, it's a British one of collection toys. It's not really tropical, and it's called the Common European Lobster. Ooh, oh, it's a lobster pod 12-pack. Man, that looks pretty hard to sketch, that one, eh? And this one here costs about £14.95. Well, that's 5 pence away, £15. And there's the flipping back of the packaging, as you can straightforward tell, though. As you see, there's just random pictures of lobsters, though. Some of them are even ripped off from Pokemon and whatnot, though. But wow, I didn't know lobsters come in blue, though, which is interesting, though. And yeah, it's actually not too bad, I have to say. Not too bad by this bit, though, but quite cool. But well, there's actually one significant part with the packaging on this. The packaging is actually dried up, though, which is not a very good sign. But I'm just going to come in and take a look at this product here first, because I noticed that this packaging has actually dried up on the top, though. And what I might do after making this video, I might have to super glue this, or PVA this section there to that section there, just to make sure that the packaging and the product is secure and nicely finished, though. And I've got Luke derailed at the moment, though. I'll be right back. Okay, I've actually taken one of the lobsters out first. I'm just going to only show you one of the only lobsters first, though, because I don't know how many lobsters I'm only going to show you here. Obviously it's a 12-pack, because there's obviously 12. And yeah, it looks not too bad, though. And I think the blue colorization really does represent on how lobsters actually look like if they weren't, you know, being cooked there, if they weren't really in the kitchen there. It's actually quite interesting on that lobsters like this, like that, in this colour, are pretty much the live ones, so they're pretty much a live lobsters, so which is pretty much interesting. Now, I don't know how much I could say here because I'm wearing headphones, so it's also quite hard to speak there if I've got, you know, strange sounds in some of my head there, and I'm just listening to something I should not be listening to. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad, these lobsters, though. And not too bad. And I got a funny feeling that these toys are pretty much interesting. And once again, they've got the correct leg arrangements of all sorts. They've got the pincers or the claws on the front, which is very, very nice. And I think in the back of the packaging you can actually pose the lobster and just grab one of its claws and just, you know, just pose it like so. So you can make it look like it's got like claws and stuff like that, though. Look at that, it looks quite cool, though. Looks pretty much, well, semi-realistic by the looks of it, though, of course, there. And yeah, in fact I might use that as like a basis for my insects there in the future, though. Wouldn't that be great? Oh, lobster's taking a dive. But yeah, I'm actually got a funny feeling I might show you even more lobsters. That's pretty much almost semi-realistic there. I love the tail, and I also love the claws in the front, which is pretty much cool, obviously, though. And I know, as I said earlier on in this video, it's not really that tropical. Oh, sorry, we've got a couple more lobsters falling onto the floor here. But, yeah, it looks quite nice though. Just looking at a very interesting product though. Which is pretty much interesting, but also quite complexly designed though, which is pretty much interesting though. Now, I don't know how good or bad the eye detailing on these creatures are like though, because, well, obviously whenever I look at a model of an invertebrate, it looks pretty much hard though to just see stuff a lot more easily though, because, well, a lot of invertebrates, you may think they're just simplified, but when you go a bit closer there, they're actually quite complex. Complex little things, invertebrates, especially crustaceans. There we are. And, yeah, it looks quite nice though. Oh, flipping out. This one here looks like it's seen better days though, but, it does take the full appearance of what a lobster would look like though. Looks pretty cool, eh? And, yeah, looks quite nice though. There's not much to say here, but, looks actually quite nice. And I'm also quite intrigued of these lobsters though, because I've got a funny feeling these guys look so much better being folded with blue paper instead of regular white paper and just being coloured in. So that's a lot more, well, just say, a lot more quicker making these toys. And there are the lobsters which have actually been falling down to the ground there just early on in this video right now. But yeah, they actually look quite nice though. The funny thing is, I don't know how weird the designs are. I don't know how properly designed these guys are, because from what I can work out, whenever I try to fold these guys in half, it looks like they're just inflated or something. But nevertheless, how much was it again? £14.95. Certainly worth it indeed. Moving on along to a whole bunch of easy peasy lemon squeezies. We're going to take a look at our next flip up product, and I don't think it's going to be tropical at the moment though. It is this one here. It's the Flip Up Origami British Wild Collection of Flapping Birds, Common Eurasian Blackbird Courtship Session 5-pound. And as you can see, it's a male blackbird, hence its name. It's black, or he's black, but the female isn't. And if we take a look at the back of the packaging here, ooh, there's a confrontation between the two males and a female breaking up. It's actually interesting. I've actually just seen quite a few blackbirds in my area, and they're starting to coming back. And I think they've started arriving just like after Christmas, I believe. And let's see what we have. They come with like 5 birds though, as 5 plants are often named for. And the snow outside is actually coming quite a bit heavy at the moment though, but I don't think it's covering. It's actually more like heavy sleet whenever I think about it at the moment now. But here are the blackbirds. They look quite nice. Let me show you one of the males. I'm going to handle just only one bird at the moment though, because, you know, I don't have 1,000 pair of hands, as always is the usual of human beings. Yes, if I pull the tail, look at that. Looks quite cool, eh? And, ooh, actually notice that this beak is a little bit more chunky than those of just what I would normally expect on a regular Flip Up Origami Flapping Bird passerine model bird. Oh, that's quite interesting. And passerines are perching birds, right? And we'll show you another male. Okay, looks pretty much the same. Looks like the beak's gone a bit, I wouldn't say charred though, but it looks like it's pretty much a bit dirty though, but it looks pretty much interesting. It looks the part, and it looks okay though. In fact, we've only got like 3 males and 2 females. So if I show you this one here, that might have one of the cleaner yellow beaks out of any male blackbird, which is fairly interesting to look at though. All of them are named like so. I'm just checking the other ones. Yep, all of them have names. Well, let's take a look at the female one next. This one has got like a greyish beak. It's very, very nice. It's orange in colour. She looks quite interesting. You know, she's got cartoony like eyelashes there. It's like the combination of being semi-realistic and a bit cartoony. Luke's derailed at the moment now. Okay, Luke is back up and running again there. I've actually rewound him earlier on though. And he's doing fine. He's pulling just an empty goods train, which is always the norm for me there, because it's a bit more quicker just having an empty train rather than the full one. And let's continue to where we left off. Okay, let's go back to where we left off. This one here is a female blackbird, but with a yellow beak. Very interesting looking bird, and I've got a funny feeling while making this toy review, I bet we're going to have more of that products than what we had in the vlog video, which we had on the 21st of January, of course. And we're coming up towards February right now. And it's got the same name, like so, and I think that's about it. Not too bad for the kids, eh? Pretty fun, eh? Well, at least the female blackbird models have all got eyelashes and stuff like that there. I think that product's done now. Next up, we're going to take a look at this product here. A common northern raven small plot 5-pack. Obviously sharing the same regime as the fifth up Origami Flapping Bird Wildlife Collection Blackbirds I've just looked at just now. This one here, we're going to be taking out the ravens. And in fact, this is also the same price, which is quite interesting there. There's the back of the packaging there. I bet you what, these birds are going to be a lot more bigger than the blackbirds that we're going to be taking a look at, but those ravens certainly look quite amazing. I love the ruffled feathers in the front, and yeah, it looks quite interesting. A very abstract sort of art though, with a raven covered in, well, let's just say pen ink. Very interesting. And it's quite interesting, in my backyard garden there's a couple of trees in the background, and there's actually quite a few ravens roosting or nesting here, which is very interesting to hear, I suppose, eh? I would normally associate ravens in mountains and non-urbanised areas though, but mind you, look what we have. There's 5 ravens here. Not too bad, eh? We'll take a look at what we've got. And there's also a bit of mouth detailing as well though. On the beak is, oh my goodness, it's actually quite blustery outside with all that snow here. That is very interesting now. All that snow outside. Anyways, wow. I've never expected this detailing here to be on the beak of the bird. Normally I don't often put mouth detailings and other expressions in the bird though, but this is one exception. And once again I can pull the tail like so. It's actually got the same build as the carrion crow models I've been looking at in previous videos, but yet again, noticing how different it is. The eye is a bit small and a bit realistic, and also look at the way the neck has been created so far though. It looks so different. It's actually got more of a neck sort of very weird design there, which makes this bird sort of much more of a longer design than the carrion crow. And yeah, it looks quite nice though. In fact, we've got a couple more of these guys though. And despite what I would look at the packaging though, despite the artwork at the back of the packaging that I've just looked at recently though, they're all, well, let's just say darkish slash grey. Almost black, but not as black as I might expect though. And all of them have got names here. Oh, actually, if I have a look at the birds there, I don't think, yeah, I think this one here hasn't got a name there. I'll try and put a name on it and see how it works though. See if it works. Sorry if this video is going to be taking quite a while though, because, well, I'm just putting the name for that bird here. Let's see how it works. That's not too bad, I suppose, but it looks very nice. Very, very nice. It flats well as well. And the funny thing with ravens is that they have like the same wingspan as a buzzard. How cool is that? And there's not much to say really, eh? But it's such a very nice product as well. Let's move on to another one. Nevermore! Nevermore! Okay, I'll put the ravens back in the packaging now and just stop being Jaff though, because obviously I'm going to move on to another product though. And it's interesting with ravens, they're pretty much part of the Celtic fringe of Britain though. And they play a very big role in this country though, for the fact that, yes, there's actually I don't know what it is, but I think there's like a captive area in the Tower of London. They've got like ravens there. I think they've got like 6 captive common ravens there, also known as Northern ravens there. And you can have a look at what they do. And interesting, I didn't know the Tower of London have got their own aviary of ravens there. It's more like a murder of ravens in an aviary. Okay, let's move into another one here. Ooh. Oh my goodness, we've got common wood pigeons and feral rock-dove pigeons. It's a semi-realistic common wood pigeon and feral rock-dove pigeon mixed urban flock 12-pack. £17, which is very interesting. There's the back of the packaging, as you can see. It's quite a very nice design. We've got a very huge, I would just say it, a very huge variety in design there. It's very nice. We've got a combination of wood pigeons. We've also got some feral rock-dove pigeons there. And I don't know if these two species can interbreed with each other and create hybrids, but apart from that, they just most likely go for the same species. Although, by saying otherwise, the rock doves would normally go ahead and breed with other birds of the same species though, which is of course the feral pigeon. And the feral pigeon is like the rock dove, but was domesticated and basically left off in the wild though. In fact, I might do a jump cut for this one here. Whoa, jump cut! I don't have to do this for bloody donkey's ears, but there's one of the pigeons. It is a dark form of the rock dove or feral pigeon by the looks of it though, of course. And if I flap its wings, look what we have. There's the patterns themselves. And looks like that. Okay, so it's like the darker form of the rock dove though. And obviously whenever I look at pigeons like this, I can tell straightforward by looking at the neck colours, which is very interesting though. And they almost look iridescent or iridescent, however I'm going to say it. Right, but there's the name here, rock dove dark form. And obviously whenever I look at these models, they're pretty much like, you know, the wild rock dove or the blue-barred pigeon. And the blue-barred pigeon is basically a pigeon that looks like the wild rock dove. And you know, these black lines though, pretty much some sort of what these pigeons would normally look like though. Okay, let's move on to another pigeon that I also tend to know of. It is I wonder what this one here is. That one there is a checkered pigeon. And obviously the reason why it's called a checkered pigeon is because these black areas are pretty much what they're supposed to look like. They're supposed to look like checkered boards. And they're located in the wings, so it's like you would find on a chess game. A chess game, obviously, though. Or maybe draughts. There's what we have. There's the name here, Checkered Rock Dove. I don't know why I'm speaking roughly though, but I'm just sitting on my chair, crossing my legs though. It's going to be pretty much, you know, pretty tedious and also painful, but I've got to do it just to make this video a lot much more better and a lot more nicer for you guys to just see it there. And it looks quite cool. It's got a very different neck colour there, the opposite pattern to the I can't remember what I was saying here. Oh yes, it is a checkered rock dove. I just didn't know what I'm looking at there, but it's the opposite to this one here. Look at the colours, they're pretty much in the opposite sort of arrangement there. Oh, I've just got my pigeon, and I'll do a jump cut. Well, I suppose this one's free now, and we'll go ahead and take a look at the let's just go ahead and find the pied pigeons, which look like that. And to be honest, with their white and grey colour combinations, it looks more of a bit of a Mongol. For the fact it's got like grey and white, as I just said earlier in this video there. Wow, this is very unusual. Very, very unusual sort of wing pattern design there, and very unusual colouring on these pigeons there. It looks very, very nice though. There's the other one there. Flap, flap, flap. Very, very fast looking pigeons though. I can't believe it though. Very, very nice. Obviously these birds, you would normally find them in not just towns and cities, but also parks and also railway stations as well. Looks good though. Obviously I've seen some very funny and hilarious videos of pigeons riding on the train in the London Underground, I believe, and that snow is going extremely volatile. Let's check it out. Okay, with the snow, as I'm filming right now at the moment though, it looks like this snow is running quite fast though. It looks like it's pelting so hard that it looks like it's literally turning into sleet, which is like a combination of rain and snow. And what happens with snow is that it reaches towards the ground though. It looks like it sort of saturates itself. It melts straight forward and then turns into rain. Very interesting, and that's why it's called sleet. Anyways, I need to go ahead and take a little with pigeons next, which are the most common pigeons I can find in my area. Well, remember back in summer of 2020 where I did a 12-pack and a 5-pack of wood pigeons? Well, there it is. There it is there. Okay, so what do I know about wood pigeons? Well, they are very common. They are one of the most common birds in this country to be found ever. Obviously, because I've seen them all the time. And mind you, they look so impressive and amazing. You can't ever go wrong on a wood pigeon. And they're easy to tame. And they're easily, I'll just say it, friendly in your backyard garden as well though. And yeah, they look quite nice though. Obviously got the same detailing as the wood pigeon. Yes, the wood pigeons that are covered in summer of 2020 are exactly the same as the ones I'm covering here now. And therefore they look quite amazing. And whenever I look at the wood pigeon, I obviously mistaken them for being like a sparrowhawk or a kestrel, or any other bird of prey, which is like that size though. But in flights, wood pigeons, obviously, they're actually quite fast and elegant. And in terms of size, or shall I say, in sheer size, wood pigeons are actually quite big birds, larger than the jackdaw, and almost about the same size as a crow, which is quite amazing. So I've got the Malaysian flag on the top left corner here. But it looks quite nice though. Very nice. And I also love that distinctive tower at the back there as well. And it looks quite cool. I love wood pigeons. Which is very nice to hear about though. Very nice to hear about them actually though. Anyways, let me move on to another product. Just while I was making this video here, I've actually noticed that this train here, the Tokyo Metro Ginza Line 1000 series train, has actually moved quite a lot though. I've actually noticed the layout was about to fall apart, and the best thing I did was I just moved it quite a way though, so that I just realised that this train would never cause a bad accident in my house though, damaging itself. And I've also noticed that Luke was stuck at that section here, the telegraph poles of course, so I have to re-roll him back, and I hope he's winning nicely I believe. Okay, here's our first tropical product here. It is a tropical Amazon freshwater neon tetra shell 5-pack. It's a neon tetra fish small shell 5-pack. Actually, it's called £8. How much does it sells? And if we take a look at the back of the packaging there, there's not much going else around other than the fact that there's a pair of fish that look like that. You know what? They look like Neon from the Pokemon franchise, and they don't look too bad actually, eh? Not too bad for looks of it, of course. And I'm just going to go ahead and unpack them like so. In fact, I might be investing a 12-pack of this product. Or maybe double the price, but I don't know how much I could sell it though. And, okay, the fishes are out. And I might show you to you guys what they actually look like. Pretty much similar on how Pinion looks like. Just a very regular design of a fish. They've actually got like very weird looking designs on the flippers. The flippers are they're quite blunt though. They're not as pointy looking though as what many fish usually are in my flip-up toys. But these guys are a lot more blunt for the looks of it though. As you can see, the flippers are they're a lot more flat rather than like, you know, tips. A lot more pointed tips though. Oh, wow, my goodness me. My goodness me, it looks quite interesting. These fishies though. That's the tail. Flipping out, it looks unnaturally different though. Well, I would say naturally different though, because I think that's what they meant to look like. And yeah, it looks quite nice though. In fact, the sleet is actually getting really fast though. It's actually moving quite fast though. I might show it to you again though, because I've got a funny feeling that the sleet is actually running really fast there. I can't believe it though. And here's the last one there. And there we go. You take a look at the sleet. Oh boy, I can't believe how fast it is. And oh my god, it's almost covering entirely at the moment though. And look how much snow is outside there. In fact, it's actually not really snowing there. It's actually sleeting down. And as you can see, I think the ground temperature right over here is actually a lot more warmer than what we have here. And you can see quite a lot of snow here. It's actually moving quite fast. So, whoa, look at this. It's like a great big blizzard. Well, almost like a blizzard, but look at this. It is, oh my god, it is so strange. I've never thought of seeing it like this. I don't know what to say here, but I'm almost completely speechless. Look at how much snow. Look how fast moving the snow is. It's so interesting. It's such a very big, intriguing moment there. I just cannot say a few words there, but this is so unprecedentedly cold. Okay, let's move on to our next product here. It's the Flip Flap Origami Flapping Birds Wintering Brown-Headed Girls at Bangkok 12-pack, £14.99 or £15. And there's the back of the packaging here. There's not much going around other than the fact we've got a tropical scene with some black, or should I say brown-headed gulls. These are actually a lot more larger than the black-headed gulls we have in our country. And many other parts of Europe, Asia, possibly Africa as well. And really enough in the Americas, particularly in the USA. But these are the brown-headed gulls I'm taking a look at. They're actually a lot more larger and can only be found ranging from like India or Pakistan to like Thailand, and while breeding up north in the Gobi Desert in China. Also like Qinghai Lake, I believe though. We'll go ahead and unpack this and see what we have. And let me just take a look at the seagulls first before we take a look at the fish, because the brown-headed gulls, they look so different. I'm just checking out how Luke is running at the moment there as well. This one here is that a first winter? Yeah, I think it's a first winter because it's got the brown wing patches on the front. And there's the name, which looks like that. I'll go a bit closer here. First winter brown-headed gull. And if I flap like so, wow, very nice indeed. I just can't believe the design has changed so rapidly. Like so, it's very weird. There's the other one there. Come on. Start flapping. Yes, you've got it. And it looks quite nice as well. That's the adult in its wintering plumage. And I think, like, every, like, late October to, like, early November and until, like, April, I think these birds, they pretty much roost here just to find some food there. And it's pretty much like a vacation away from the Gobi Desert, where they would come in and nest here. But in Bangkok, Thailand, they do things differently though. And I think Thailand seagulls, they're pretty much like Thai drivers. They just go everywhere. And yes, there's another adult, which looks like that. And I've got a funny feeling that's just about it with the seagulls, which look like that. I'm not going to flap them all because I think it's going to take a very long time. And I've just spotted my first butter catfish, which looks like that. And it's funny, whenever I think of these fishies like that, they're normally sold in Southeast Asia, but I think recently, as I've just inspected so far there, they've actually made their way into English supermarkets and shops. Like that one moment that I actually had a great inspection online at Sainsbury's, and they were selling these fishies like that, which is freaking weird because you would normally expect these fishies to be sold, as I said earlier, in a Southeast Asian shop or supermarket, but this is flipping rare. Like, how is this possible? But yeah, these fishies look quite nice. And one of the strangest errors I've actually seen is that their mouths are actually white instead of red, which is very weird. If I look at the packaging here, look at this, their bobs and mouths, they're actually red, but if you look at the models, they actually haven't been painted that well there. If I go a bit closer here, you might get a great inspection on what error I've actually found So much so, to the fact that I was a bit too lazy doing this though. My goodness, there's that side there, and there's the other side here. You know, it's funny, I'm pretty much a person who is really good at solving problems, but mind you, I've actually created my own problem like that. So hopefully after making this video I'll go ahead and rectify this, and hopefully things will get back to normal. Just like as I would normally... Oh my goodness me, not the COVID references. I don't know about COVID references, but I don't know if this will impact my channel so much though, because, you know, COVID-19 topics are pretty much the main topics that people get demonetized for talking about it on YouTube. But anyways, that's that product done. The Wintering Brown-Headed Girls at Bay of Bangkok 12 pack. Particularly one place that I can actually name off, Bangpur in Thailand. There's a pier and there's like thousands of seagulls there, mainly brown-headed, but a few black-headed girls there, and also only a few common and lesser blackbacks. Also a few black-tailed gulls from Japan and other parts of East Asia, like, you know, China and Korea. There you go, that's that product done. In fact, speaking about seagulls, I don't think there's not many seagull products to take a look at though. Ooh, this one here is a tropical Asian storks free-breeding rooster and wetland estuary 12 pack. £20.95. I'm just making sure that the camera doesn't make contact with the train tracks, otherwise Luke will derail. And there's the back of the packaging here. Ooh, we've got a couple of storks which look like that. And I think these storks here, this one here and that one there, they're actually a different species, and I think they're called either the jabiru, which is like a South American stork species, but I think that's more of the Australian term for these birds there, which are actually called the black-necked storks. And there's another painted stork which looks like that, and a crab like so, and a frog that looks like that. You know, it's actually quite funny, we're getting quite a lot of critters which are pretty much almost semi-realistic, and also set in a tropical theme. There they are. We'll take a look at these later on. Out they come. Ooh, that's quite nice. Another black-necked stork. Just looks like that. And what do we have? As well as oh, got a little catfish here as well. It's also showing the same error. God damn it! Why is your mouth not painted? That's so weird. Or not even coloured in for this bit though. It's such a very weird design I believe. But yeah, it looks quite interesting, quite cool. A little bit messy on the front. But yeah, it looks quite nice there actually. Anyways, I'm going to take a look at what we've got fully. Okay, I've got another catfish with me there. It's obviously the same species, the Bassa catfish. And yeah, it's got the same details, other than the fact that it was showing the same lazy, unpainted mouth, which look like that on the front. I mean, what's up with those unpainted mouths on the front? It's even with the barbs and whiskers as well though, when on the packaging they are depicted with red whiskers. That's a very strange error I've never thought of. Here are the crabs, which look like that. And there's another crab that looks like that as well. Wow, I can't believe it there. And there's the other section here. Pretty much an estuary sort of creature, I believe though. Not just in beaches and shores, also in estuaries as well though. And I think crabs can also be found in freshwater areas as well, which is strange to hear, but that's true I believe. It looks quite cool. It's just a generic edible crab. Let's take a look at the storks next. This one here is our black-necked stork, which is also known as the jabiru in Australia, although that's a name for the South American stork species. What's quite interesting with these storks is that they've got like a blackish, bluish neck though, almost iridescent in colour though, which is very interesting. Also got blackish, greenish markings in the wings, which look like that on that side. And also that section here as well. Very interesting. Although, while saying that though, some of the messiness areas there. I think some of these green chalky particles can turn up anywhere where, oh my goodness me, quite a few of it. Quite a few. Oh, and this section is just good here. I must have come and remove it. But looks quite impossible actually there. I'm just going to flap it like so. And also, these birds are in water bomb design. I've actually noticed these designs are actually a lot more rarer than the bird-based designs. And this one here is more of a water bomb-based bird. If I hold it like so, it flaps quite differently. It's also a very different design, and it's also actually not that common compared to these ones here. And I've actually got a funny feeling that, wow, I can't believe it though. This is such a very intriguing sight though. Just seeing more of these birds in this sort of design like that, versus this design here. Can you believe it? This is incredibly different. I just can't believe on how freaking different and so very weird those incremental changes in the way I make flapping birds. You know, flapping birds must have been pretty much interesting, I believe, though. And yeah, there's not much to say here. Anyways, let me just take a look at the eye, which looks like that. Sadly, there's no mouth detailing design though on the beak though, particularly with the storks. Unlike the crows or the ravens I've just looked at though. And last but not least, I set here, we've got some frogs. Oh goodness me, I don't know what frog species they are, but I bet you these are like the common green frogs of Asia, tropical Asia I believe though. Let me just take a look at the packaging here. They look quite nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, they're obviously common Asian tropical frogs. Green frogs obviously though. There's some better, eh? And it looks quite nice actually though. Interesting colour combinations of green, ochre and grey. Also a nice ochreish golden yellow sort of eye here. And there's not much mouth detailing going in here, but I think it's something to simulate what a real frog would look like. And this is actually quite clever, I believe though. Very, very nice. And I've got a funny feeling it really does remind me of another product I did back in the summer of 2020, where I did like a tropical Asian animal toy review, which was quite amazing though, obviously though. I was heavily interested into Southeast Asian wildlife and stuff. And we've got some of the painted silks that look like that. Obviously we've got 4 of these. Which looks very nice. What do you reckon? I'd say it's nice though, other than the fact that there's a bit of sloppiness with the crayon particles of green, just literally, you know, roaming around where they shouldn't be. And here's the other one there. Some of these birds have got like wonka beaks, and they're just sort of weird. Oh my goodness me, I don't know what to say here, but I can just plonk the beaks just to make themselves right. But yeah, it looks quite nice though. Even though these guys are quite nice though, I think they're quite fast in terms of their wing beak design. Oh my goodness, that's quite fast though in terms of the design and in terms of the way they flap. This is pretty fast, I can't believe it. That's very unusually fast. Anyways, that's that product done. The Tropical Asian Storks Pre-Breeding Loose and Wet Land Estuary 12 pack, which costs about £20, $95. In fact, I might be able to do some other products for next month, which will be very interesting. Alright, that's that product done. Oh, crockies, I feel like I must have been doing almost quite a good job here. Here's our next product here. It's a flip-up origami pets flapping birds. Oh, I wonder what this one here. It costs about £17. And the bird we've got here is a parrot, and it's called the Wild Southern Mealy Amazon Parrot Flock 12 pack. And it's obvious that these guys gang together in massive flocks, you know, particularly during the dry season in South America, in Peru, Colombia or Ecuador. I think these guys also live in Brazil, which is very obvious with South American stuff in relationship to their jungles there in the Amazon, which looks quite nice. And we've got some very interesting info there, which talks about how this bird would look like though. And yeah, very, very nice indeed. Oh yes, there's a very weird reading here. It says, Ooh, all have distinctive yellow head crown markings, yellow tail bands, white eye rings, blue wing lines, and red feather markings on the outer wing and not blood. How cool is that? Well, that looks very interesting there. I think during the dry season, they would come in and head towards, I don't know what it was, but they're coming to like mineral clay areas. Oh, pardon me. They're coming to like mineral clay areas and look, all that stuff from the clay. I can't remember what they do now, but I think I've watched Earthlight before though, and they look so cool. Okay, let me handle one of these guys here, which look like that. Oh wow, that is a very nice looking parrot, and that looks very cool, I believe, hey? Got some very intriguing wing patterns like so. That's a very nice looking wing design here, I believe. And my goodness me, it looks so nice. Very nice. Moving along, there's the other one there. Obviously the green can determine on which shade it is though. Normally it's that shade of green, but I also have parrots which have this shade of green like so. This is the lightest it can get to. Obviously for the fact that my green Sharpie pens are running out, and yes, there's no more of them, I believe, I'm afraid. But it looks very nice to have these birds with me there, because they're just so unusual. But it's also like one of the other birds I feel like I don't think I've, just have had a very interesting look though, because obviously these birds are from the Amazon genus. I've seen one of these birds before though, but I think there was a different species. I think I've been to Dudley Zoo, and there's a different species of parrot, but in the same genus of Amazon, and I think that bird was called the yellow-shouldered Amazon, which only lives in semi-deserts and grassland areas of South America, which is a bit disappointing, but that's they would normally naturally live there. But these ones here are the Southern Mealy Amazons, and it's quite interesting. These parrots are pretty much amazing. They were going together in flocks, and very importantly enough, parrots are very social birds, so in the wild though, and when people come in and capture these birds for the pet trade, well, it actually sounds very disappointing though, because what happens when parrots get captured is that when they are captured, well, they just, oh my goodness, it's such a very harrowing scene to just take a look at parrots just being, decentralized and being left off, and it's so sad, when parrots just freaking break away and just go to different places and whatnot. It's just so sad when parrots just go into different places. That's the real negative effects, all those environmental changes into these guys here. And parrots in captivity don't do well, obviously, for the fact that they're not really that great for a pet though, but they are great for pets because they can talk. For the fact that they can mimic human, human speech though is probably the main thing though, on how they become great pets. But also into the sounds that they often mimic. And it's pretty interesting whenever I think about these birds. But also sad as well though, for the fact that parrots don't obviously make always a great pet for everyone. But nevertheless, these guys are often prized for their beautiful bright colours. That's the main thing about parrots. Obviously though. Oh my goodness. Oh, we had a parrot drop to the floor, but I think that's about it. And that's also okay, because I feel like we're going to move on to our next product like so. Right, that's that product done. Oh, I actually forgot to mention that these birds can actually eat clay. So that, I've actually done a bit of research though. And obviously, these guys here can eat the clay just to remove toxins in their bodies though, which is quite amazing though. Did a fair bit of research after watching a bit of Earthlight. Very impressive nature documentary, which is voiced by David Tennant, but not as great as David Attenborough though, but it's actually quite an amazing looking sort of thing to just take a look at though. I think the more products that relate into tropical jungles I tend to look at, the more research I do, which is quite amazing. And here's our 5-pack of the rhesus monkeys there. It's a tropical Asian rhesus monkey horde 5-pack, which is about £5.99 or £6. Pretty much half the price of what I did for my 12-pack in the previous video when I vlogged so heavily though. There you go, it contains 5 monkeys, which looks so amazing though. But I think the monkeys in this product here are going to be completely and utterly different because... Dun dun dun! Well, what can you say? Obviously these monkeys look so good, but look at this. They've just got replaced with brown pencil detailing. What is going on? Why have these monkeys got like pencil backs, where in the previous 12-pack they've just got freaking pen backs? It's so weird though. I just didn't know what to say here, but this is so weird. It's such a very weird incremental change. Well, it looks good though. And here's the other monkey there, which looks like that. I don't know why these monkeys have been doing something like that. Maybe it's either to do with cost, or in the other way, profit. And they do stand well, obviously though. I think these monkeys, they are very nicely designed, but I think the replacement going straight forward from felt tip to like pencil, it's such a very, I would say it's not that doing it for me, but it's pretty much resembling what that monkey's supposed to be though. Obviously the rhesus monkeys, which look like that, and yeah, that's just about it though. Oh, I forgot to mention that these guys here also come in a different shade of yellow on the eyes. That's also a bit different as well though compared to what I've looked at in the previous video, which is pretty interesting. A bit more brighter yellow in eyes though, which is quite unusual and intriguing to look at though, but that's that product done. I think we might be clear enough to take a look at some more tropical themed toys. And I think our next one will be... Ooh, this one here. Remember I did the 5-pack in the summer of 2020 of all those bloody dinosaurs that I did? This one here is a Flip Love Origami Flapping Birds Pets Wild Green Cheeks Colour... Oh wow, Wild Coloured Green Cheeks Canoe Parakeet Flock 12-pack. £15.95. Those 5 packs are worth £16. There's the back of the packaging, which look like that. And yes, these birds have got red tails, green bodies, and blue wingtips. Hooray! Let's take a look what we've got. Let's see what we have. Yeah, I actually got a funny feeling. I'm actually doing so well here, eh? Oh, I've actually noticed that these guys, compared to the 5-pack, these guys have actually got a lot more green heads than, well, let's just say white heads, with just the green as their cheeks though, on the bottom of their heads though. But let me try and flap one of these. These guys here have got red tails, they've got green bodies, but they've also got red markings, which is not blood, and it's also pencil detailed. Wow, can't believe it. And also they've got like bluish, greenish sort of details like that, which is kind of interesting. And they've also got darkish caps on the top of the head, so which looks quite amazing. And there's the name here, Green Cheeked Canoe Parakeets. You know, it's pretty much amazing. I think the first time I've seen these guys was at the pet store at King's Heath. I think it was called the King's Heath Pet Centre. And sadly, because of COVID-19, pet stores are not that essential to go as a bit of tourism or for retail. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Obviously, it's just the way I tend to say things, which is not really that fair, but yeah, these parrots are looking really nice. And it's quite interesting. Whenever I'm doing this review at the moment now, it feels like I'm taking a look at some tropical animals, but this time in various continents. Like, you know, South America, Florida, Africa, Asia, and Australasia. Quite amazing, isn't it, eh? Various continents. I often tend to choose on which ones I have to go for. My goodness me. Very amazing. And these guys look quite nice, apart from the fact they've got, you know, fully green faces rather than just having white faces with green cheeks, which is the main error here. But therefore, it's almost sloppy, but not as sloppy as I might expect. And these birds here, they're actually not detailed. But I look at them, so they look quite good, eh? There you go, flap. Oh goodness me, this is actually quite amazing, just making a hole from the birds like that. So it's very, very nice there, I believe, eh? I love the way that these toys have been made so far today. It really is. A whole bunch of character on them. It really is. Quite a lot of character on these guys, so quite a lot though. I don't know what I'm saying twice here, but anyways, let's move on to another photo about me, Sonia Laka, an ultimate fat Gucci bag. Actually, I don't know how much weight I've lost throughout the rest of this year though, because obviously, you know, whenever I'm staying at home, you tend to gain a lot more weight though, because obviously, whenever you stay at home, you're not doing that much exercise. And my house is pretty much fragile, so that's why I don't often exercise quite a lot though. But that's that product done. Okay, let's move into another product here, which is this one here. It is a Red Lord Amazon Parrot small flock with yellow cheeks 5-pack, and it costs about £6.95. Now, this product here originally was supposed to be the last tropical product for January 2021, but I've actually noticed there's 3 more to go, which is pretty much rad for a little bit though. And it's quite funny, and as I said earlier on in this video though, my goodness me, reviewing tropical themed toys in the, you know, in a very cold winter's day, it is so unusual, freaking unusual, for the fact that normally I would make these products in the summer, but this is so unprecedented. Anyways, these parrots have got like red details, like what we did with the Saltwater Amazon parrot. They've got yellow lines, and they've also got blue. I think the yellow line thing is very, very different on these birds compared with the Saltwater Amazons. Different tail colour, but yeah, green is the same colour. It's also getting a lot more green parrots this time, eh? I suppose, eh? Red Lord, yellow cheeks, Amazon parrot, and I think they're also based on a particular subspecies of Amazon parrot, which is interesting to say here. Another thing I should also say about these parrots is that these guys are actually native from Mexico to somewhere like, you know, what's that, Nicaragua? Or like Belize or Costa Rica, I believe. I don't think these guys are actually native to Brazil, because I believe these guys must have been introduced to Brazil, maybe from a feral flock of captive parrots, I believe. And yeah, here's our last one there, which looks like that. Very interesting colours of green, but also bluish green, right behind like so. I don't think the colours are that blocked, but nevertheless, these parrots look very, very nice, especially on the head detailing like that. We've got green, yellow, and there's also red on the front. Very cool indeed. I love how beautiful and spangly these parrots are. Lovely indeed though. Whole bunch of colour just to take the stress out of me. But we're going to be taking a look at something pretty much deadly, and it's this product here. Ooh, remember I did the crocodiles in I think it was around half term before Christmas of 2020. This one here is called the Swimming Siamese Crocodiles Basque 5-pack. A group of crocodiles is called a basque of crocodiles. And it costs about £7.95, and there's the back of the packaging. I think sadly these guys are pretty much critically endangered for the fact that these guys are pretty much farmed for their scales in order to be made for handbags, purses, even boots as well, which is very sad to hear. But yes, looks quite nice. Let's see what we've got and see what we have. Oh my goodness me, I bet a lot of Steve Irwin lovers are going to love this, because obviously we all know Steve Irwin's the Crocodile Man, and we sadly miss him because he was killed by a freaking stingray. Okay, here's one of the Siamese crocodiles, which look like that. They range from, like, you know, Southeast Asia all the way up to like Borneo, I believe. And look at that. Look at that. This is really awesome. I love the fact that toys like this are pretty much awesome. I bet the boys are going to love this. This is pretty much a very good boy toy, for the fact that, you know, this thing looks like a very, very modern relic of what you would find back when the dinosaurs ruled the whole earth. That looks really awesome. Here's the other crocodile, which looks like that, which is green in colour. In fact, younger crocodiles are pretty much green in colour. And also a lot more brighter in colour as well though, brighter green in colour, although I might be completely wrong indeed. And Obviously, I have heard of crocodile farms before though, but I've never been to an actual farm for crocodiles. And also, crocodiles are also sadly hunted for their meat as well, which is also the other thing I've also heard of. But yeah, looks very nice actually though, these crocodiles. Once again, the detailing is mainly restricted to pencil because they're water toys, and if I detailed them with felt tip markers and penny, penny details and blah blah, well, the water would probably deteriorate these models so much. I would obviously think that these guys would look like turtles, but nah, they're crocodiles to me for the fact that they've got tails like that, and a body which is coloured in correctly just to look more like a crocodile rather than a freaking sea turtle. And speaking of crocodiles, look what we have! Oh my goodness me! It's a saltwater crocodile fishy feeding frenzy 12-pack! Hooray! £16.95! Well, that's about 5 pence away. Oh, for £17. There they are. Look at that. Those crocs are chasing a school of catfish, which I think they are the same catfish as we saw earlier on. But the big question is, are we going to see the same catfish with the same lazy detailing of no red on the lips? Or is it going to be the opposite? Let's hope we're going to get it nicely though. Oh! Oh my goodness me! Oh, sorry, I just need to do a jump cut because I think I've got a giant mess around me on my table. Oh, sorry about my mates! Oh, crikey! So let me just go ahead and show you the fishies which look like that first before we get into the saltwater territory. Okay, so, here we are. And look at that! Oh, good on you, mates! Look at this! Look at that! That is much more better! Can you believe it? The fishies have got red lips compared to the first two products I had a look at though. This is so much better. In fact, I might come back to these products. The other two products that I haven't done, which contain the basa catfish, but haven't got the red lips. Freaking hell, this is so beautiful. Ain't these guys a beauty? But do you know what that means? Well, obviously I might show you the salties next, but as long as the salties aren't too salty, haha, you see what I did there? But, yeah, oh, this one's a bit messy, yeah, that fishy is pretty much hard to focus over the camera though, but, yeah, my goodness me, I don't know about the sleet or snow there, but I think the sleet is starting to get a bit more lighter there. I think the wind is pounding that sleet so hard though, but, there's the other one there. Alright, now, guys, let's get into saltwater crocodile territory by taking a look at one of these guys here. Look at this. Wow, isn't he a beauty? Oh my goodness me. Whenever you feed crocodiles, their jaws often open like that. But in reality, these guys are so territorial, so you got to be very careful what you do in crocodile territory lands. Especially in the land down under, it's so awesome, eh? And mind you, these guys obviously are, you know what I have to say this, don't you? These guys are like the largest reptiles in the world. And here's a black crocodile, as I'm looking at right now though. And the reason why it's a black crocodile is because they're actually old crocodiles. And when they get older, crocodiles change colour. Going straight forward from green to like black. My goodness me. That is so amazing. I definitely say the big males in black colour look pretty much interesting, but also a lot more aggro looking as well though. And this one here I believe is a middle-aged crocodile, which looks like that. Okay. And here's the other crocodile which looks like that there. If I open its great big jaws and mouth like that. Look at that, it looks really awesome. And whenever you look at these designs, whenever I think of their mouth of the crocodile, whenever I open these guys up, it reminds me like of a boot or a shoe or a sock or something. Very unusual design. But yeah, obviously whenever I think of, if you look at the front of the crocodile, I've got this sort of V-shaped sort of snout. Well, almost V-shaped snout, because those ends there make it a lot more, I would just say it flatter and blunter in design compared to the other crocodile species. Well, we're literally off with these saltwater crocodiles. monsters that can grow up to at least around 20 feet, 6 meters. Very, very large reptiles. Can you believe it? These guys are so amazing. A modern day relic of the old times when dinosaurs ruled the world. They look pretty much prehistoric looking. And last but by no means least, here we are. We've got the Painted Stork Small Flock Fight Pack. £8.95, and I'm starting to sound a lot more confident now, as our toy review is almost coming to a very big end. Here's the back of the packaging, which looks like that. Very simple design. And let's take a look what we have. It's got a funny feeling. I can't believe it, guys. I just can't believe it. We're doing like 7 tropical animals. Can you believe it? It is so amazing. Woohoo! There's the wing detailing, which looks like that, like many painted storks, like so. Also notice that the designs are a lot more darker in design. I think the wing colour, I don't know what I'm saying here, but I think the dark green detailing combined with the black makes it even more darker. It's a very interesting colour combination though, but it's not that, I would just say it sort of blended that well together, because all I can see is still, like, you know, dark green and black still together though. Not that mashed up perfectly, but looks pretty cool. And looks quite nice though. The other thing I've also didn't realise is that these birds also have got more of a very continuous black patterning and white patterning, like so. Especially towards like the body, like that. And I've also noticed that the face colorization, if I come and take a look a bit closer like that, I've also noticed the faces are a bit more orangey in design. Okay, so they're very interesting sort of appearance there, there's the name. And actually, yes, I've actually noticed that the eyes are a bit more, I'd just say a bit more large. I wouldn't say rotund, but they look quite a bit more larger in size, and also an overall appearance, the eyes there look quite nice. Well, overall, I think that's about it there, guys. That is literally what we've got here today. I think I've nailed every single tropical theme for that product for this week, and I cannot believe it. It feels like I must have been absent for quite a long time, that I haven't done any flip-up tours for quite a while. Hooray! I can't believe it. Doing a whole bunch of flip-up tours. Once again in the computer room, it's so much fun, but I don't know how fun it will be, because I don't know how fun it will be this week compared to, like, well, last week, I believe. Anyways, I think that's about it in this video. Sorry this video has taken quite a long time now, and I'll definitely say that this is also the last video for January of 2021. Maybe it won't be, but I might be very, very sure. So anyways, with the sleet calming itself down, looking like that, I suggest you guys can just please give this video a great big like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and goodbye for now with Luke running right at the bottom of my floor. Okay, I think that's about it. Bye.